beast. So I've been running a Highroller 2 on the back last couple of weeks, and I damaged both of the Exo tyres that I've had on the back. So I had an Exo DHF on the back, put a hole in the top of it pretty much straight away, which was not sure how it happened or what where it went wrong, but yeah, put a hole in it with the cush core in it. Cush core kind of got me down the bottom of the hill and it was good, but didn't prevent any flats. DHR2, put a hole in it again, same story. Had to rim ride it out, and cush core saved the rim again. Now I'm on a double down with no cush core, and I've been smashing this wheel into everything, and got the rear end feeling really good now as well. So I got the bike going as well as I could hope for, really. So this back end's taken an absolute hiding. I've snapped a spoke on that wheel. I'm just about to rebuild that wheel and put a DT Swiss EX511. Yeah, I think it's EX511. Basically the same rim that I put on the back of the Remedy, but in a 32 hole, because these are 32 hole hubs, 32 spoke hubs. So that wheel's getting built soon. But this Highroller 2 rolls well, accelerates well, grips up well, brakes well, corners well, and it's been really robust. So I had a DHR2 DoubleDown not that long ago on the Remedy, and I felt like it was squeamish. I felt like it was, you'd have to, these are the same, this one's the same, but maybe a little bit more robust than the DHR2 in the DoubleDown, just for sidewall, they're just standing up. So I mean, this is kind of similar. What it does is, I like to run my back end at 27 and my front at 25, so 27 psi in the rear tyre. Now with this tyre at 27, it almost feels a bit squirmish. So even though the DoubleDown's a stronger compound, the sidewalls don't actually feel as vertically stiff. So coming into big bermed up corners or trails that are, you know, flowy and built up, when you load the back end around, you know, out of turns or into backsides, at 27 it feels like what an Exo feels like at 26 or 25. So running it at 28 at the back, between 27 and 28, I can't go, wouldn't really go lower than 27. It starts to feel a little bit squirmish. Still good, but just a little bit yeah, a little bit squirmish when you're loading it hard. And the last thing you want is to load a big bermed up corner hard and burp your tyre or pop your tyre off the bead. Pop the bead off the rim. So 27 to 28 on the back of these DoubleDowns, but at 28 it feels supple. It still feels like quite a supple tyre. So impressed with how the DoubleDown feels, and I'm impressed with how the Highroller feels. It's been a long time since I've run Highrollers. I used to run them on the front, and I used to really like them. The cornering was excellent. I felt like they held more speed than the DHF in corners. I felt like the DHF was fast everywhere, but once you laid it over, there was a little bit more resistance on fast corners. So Highroller 2, a little bit less resistance on fast corners, and I think that stays true on the back. So I'm happy with how it grips up. Just not super happy with how fast they wear. So if we get a closer look, it's only been on for a couple of weeks. They don't last anywhere near as long as the DHF. The DHR2 is the same. They get chewed out pretty quickly. So the tops, you know, it's kind of been chewed out, but it is still good. The side knobs aren't tearing at all. Everything's good there. Starting to pattern up on the sides there from where it squirms, but yeah, apart from the squirming, the DoubleDowns are extremely strong. I've smashed the rim a couple of times without the cush core in, with this tyre on it, and no pinches, no nothing. If I had the Exos, definitely would have been flat tyres. So they're a big step up from the Exo. Jury's out on the Exo Pluses, but I'll get onto them later on in our journey. But DoubleDown for sure. If you're a little bit worried about getting flats, or you're sick of getting flats and putting tubes in and all that stuff, as you can see, I don't carry spares. I carry a everyday carry, like an EDC tool, the 1-up tool, but I don't carry a tube or anything on my bike. I really don't like having flats, and and having to do trail side repairs. So DoubleDown on the back, definitely recommend it. When it comes to weight and extra weight and pedaling resistance, to be honest, I don't really notice it being harder to pedal than an EXO with the cush core in it. Maybe it's a little bit more than an EXO without the cush core, but it's still fine. I don't know if they do the DoubleDown in the non 3C, so in just the dual compound versions, but if they do, then, and you're concerned about rolling speed or whatever, then a DoubleDown in just a dual compound would be the way to go. But for me, I think it's a no-brainer. Like, a lot of guys that I know pretty much just run DoubleDowns now, and they're still fast, they're still flying. I was out on the weekend on this DoubleDown, and it's definitely not, it's not slow. It doesn't affect you. If you feel like you don't quite have the strength to push a heavier tyre at the back, just do a little bit of exercise, get a little bit stronger, train your legs a bit more, and get out on your bike a bit more. Go out and do roadie commutes on your mountain bike, and within 3 or 4 or 5 efforts, you're going to start feeling strong, and you won't even worry about the back tyre that you're running. So Highroller 2, tick of approval. DoubleDown, definite tick of approval. And next tyre on here will be most likely a DHF again on the back in the DoubleDown, and potentially the cush core in there as well to protect the new rim. So yeah, Highroller's a thumbs up for sure.